Hello, my name is John Rose, and I am an official version denier. That's right. I know governments lie. I know that the official version from most officials is a lie. And that's kind of how you can tell they're lying, because they call their accusers the denier. That's a trick that con artists use. My friends, if you have never studied the con artist handbook, you're not going to understand how you're being tricked and confused all the time by people who don't want you to find the truth. They always flip it around. Just like that book by Daniel Quinn, Ishmael. Takers and leavers. The leavers know they belong to the world. The takers believe that the world belongs to them. The leavers told a story warning everybody about the takers. The takers came in. They took the story and they flipped it. We're the leavers, you're the takers. Deniers, deniers, deniers. Yeah, right. If you accept the official version to some of these really important events, you're being tricked. To understand what I'm saying, you got to watch, if you haven't already, 1,500 architects and engineers for 9/11 truth. They're the world's leading experts in this field, and they looked at all the evidence, and they came out and they say there's no way the official version is true. There's no way, no way, no way. And they were dumbfounded by the fact that most people couldn't understand that, especially since they were able to prove it so conclusively. So toward the end of that document, that YouTube video, which I actually took a clip of and I used it to illustrate this point, I'll put a link down below to that, like about a 17-minute clip, I believe, or so, where they went to the experts, they went to the psychologists, psychiatrists, and they asked them what's going on with these people. Why can't they accept the truth? And it was all the same problem. They were afraid. It's scary to think that our governments are not for us but against us. It's frightening for a lot of people to realize this is really, in effect, a twilight zone that we live on in this planet, where psychopaths literally run the asylum. It's a frightening thought. But that's mainly because people are afraid and they feel hopeless. And that's the key, is it's not hopeless or helpless. You shouldn't feel helpless about this. There's a very simple solution to defeat this aspect of us, and that's when we realize it's an aspect of us and we all play a role. It's a very simple solution. But in the meantime, we've got to question everything, especially official versions. If you deny this, if you're called this denier and that denier and this denier, vaccine denier, climate denier, Holocaust denier, you need to look into those subjects with an open mind. Our history is not accurate, my friends. If you question it, you're called a denier. And that's pretty much an easy sell, because people don't want to go there to begin with. It's comforting just to accept all that bullshit that's been bombarded in our brain. Remember, I said before, an idea is like the covers of a book instead of a tabletop, and the references instead of the legs on the table would be the pages in the book. When it comes to certain information about certain events in history, our books are so thick with so many pages and so many references from every area you can even think of, that as soon as a certain topic comes up, we fall prey to what the powers that be want us to believe. A lot of y'all may not even know that the term conspiracy theory was coined by the CIA to try to discredit the JFK assassination. And, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist, you're questioning the JFK assassination. Well, Trump, just the other day, I read something about him releasing that. I haven't looked into it in any more detail. Interesting to see if we're really going to see anything that is the truth, or all of it. You know, why'd they cover that up? Well, we know why JFK was assassinated. Same reason why they went after Lincoln. He broke away from the powers that be. They didn't want to play that money game anymore. Let's print our own money. No, you can't do that. Gaddafi did that. Look what they did to him. Germany, Japan did that. What did we do? We enacted an embargo. We attacked Germany and Japan first. Oh, but Japan attacked us, Pearl Harbor. No. We attacked them long before then. They were starving over there in Japan. The same way we enacted an embargo against Iraq. 10 years before we went over there and attacked them physically. Killed 1 million people. 10 years. Mostly women and children. Same thing was happening in Japan. Men were pissed. They came after us. We knew they were coming too. But we let them come, or the officials did, because they wanted to use it as a false flag. A lot of people don't know what a false flag is, and yet you're quick to accept the official version. You need to realize, my friends, we're not getting any kind of education in school. You got to become self-taught in these areas. There's a lot of good information out there, but there's a lot of controlled opposition too. Remember, controlled opposition will tell you 100 things that are true just to get you to believe in one lie that is crucial to them. So when it comes to what happened to Gaddafi or Japan or Germany, we're fed a bunch of lies to demonize these people simply because they broke away from letting someone print their money, just like Kennedy did, just like Lincoln did. Why do you think we're attacking the Arab countries right now? Because they still forbid usury. That's what this is all about, usury, loaning the money. John Adams, 2 ways to conquer and enslave a nation. One is by the sword, the other is by debt. We are debt slaves. You got to play our money game. When you play our money game, for every $1 billion we print, we get 90 billion. We have an unfair economic advantage. We can own and control everything. Brainwash the hell out of you guys, bombard you with so much information. You go to the movies and you're being reinforced to put more pages in those books so that when you see someone telling the truth, you're going, deny, deny, deny. Look at my book. It's so friggin' big. So much bullshit in our books. It's pathetic. How do you get through to these fools? Man, I tell you, there is one shill on the website who's always trying to promote lies. Send a link to one clown, and you look at everything he attacks is the truth. He attacks fluoridation. He attacks vaccines. He says GMOs are good, organic bad, climate deniers, man-made global warming. Boy, that's a hot button, especially for vegetarians, because we think, yeah, that's going to help motivate people to stop eating meat. There's a 1,000 reasons why we need to stop eating meat, and a lot of them have to do with the environment. Not one of them is about this bullshit man-made global warming. The power to tax is the power to control. Carbon tax. Oh, I'm breathing out carbon. Now I can be taxed. It's not a poison. It's fuel for these guys out here. I'm telling you, I get angry when people are so gullible and are afraid of the truth. My friends, don't be afraid. Don't feel helpless. There's a solution to this. We can take back control of the asylum. We can turn it out of it. We can turn it away from being one, put it back into the paradise it was. But we're missing the truth of how to live. We don't know how to live. That's why everything that surrounds health has to be controlled by the powers that be, so that doctors and nutritionists are clueless when it comes to how to live, how to eat, what to do when you get sick. But you gotta believe the official version. Doctors, they know everything. Ask your doctor, ask your doctor. Every time we turn around, we're putting more pages in that medical corral. Don't you see? My God, how many times do they say that on TV? Ask your doctor, ask your doctor, ask your doctor. That's another page in that big friggin' book. Another page, another page, another page. They're the experts. No, they're not. They're intentionally misdirected by that sick group of people, the powers that be, who control the media. Whoever the media attacks, that's a good chance they're a good guy. That's how it works. Just like that clown this other guy referenced to on a message board. Everything he attacked, everything. He attacked organic food. He attacked acupuncture. He attacked herbs. He attacked water fasting. He attacked juice fasting. Promoted fluoridating the water. Reminds me of that other clown, Stephen Barrett, that Quack Watch. You can almost guarantee if he's attacking it, it probably is bad, but there's a lot of things out there you can attack. But this other guy, you can pretty much tell what's the truth and what's a lie just by what he's promoting and what he's against. It was ridiculous. It's so obvious. Everything he attacked. And what do? You're a denier, you're a denier, you're a denier. And yet when you look at the solid evidence on all these topics I'm talking about, it's clear as day what the truth is. It's obvious. Governments lie. The official version can't be trusted. History books are bunk. You have a PhD in history, kind of feel sorry for you. You invest a lot of time and energy in memorizing this library in your brain. You're going to have knowledge filters that ain't going to let anything come in and threaten that knowledge. Unless you have a genuine, sincere desire to help humanity and look for the truth. It's out there. Look what Henry Ford did. He spent $5 million of his money, sacrificed his life, sacrificed a lot of money. He lost a lot of business by spending that $5 million over a 7-year period of time. You know what he did? He bought a newspaper, refused to take any advertising. He lost money on it. Now, Henry Ford was a rich man. He was the richest guy back then, industrialist. He was a good man, kind-hearted man. He was a vegetarian. He doubled his workers' wages overnight. Paid the guy who got the least more money than his competitors paid the most. Gave him a pension plan. He donated $12 million the first year on behalf of those. He didn't even take any patents on all of his work because he wanted it to be free and cheap for everybody. That's how good of a man he was. And when he found out the powers that be and who they were, what did he do? He bought this newspaper, hired the best reporters you can find, the best private investigators, the best journalists, sent them all around the world to dig up the truth, put out weekly articles every so often, finally put all those into 2 books, 500 pages each, 2-volume book. You need to look at Henry Ford. He was a good man. He understood what we're talking about here. I'm not even going to tell you it because it's going to push a hot button for some of you clowns out there. You've got books that are so full of shit, you don't realize it's making you a slave. You don't want to be a slave, do you? My God, I talked to this guy the other day. Tried to tell him he was a slave. Well, I'm not a slave. Yes, you are, buddy. When the problem that Henry Ford talked about came into America in 1913, that same dollar is worth about 4 cents today. By design, because that's how the powers that be work. Remember, half the planet, third world countries, there is no middle class. People are starving every day over there. 40,000 children die every day of starvation. What a sad reflection of our species. The other half of us, population-wise, industrialized countries, we have a middle class, but what happens every century? They've got to be thinned out. And why is that? Because the powers that be know those are the biggest threat to the powers that be. Because they have the time to find out history's bunk. Don't read that crap and believe all that crap you brought up in. Oh, but Japanese, the Pearl Harbor, they came after us. No, we attacked both Japan and Germany with an embargo, trying to kill them. Germany was able to barter their way out of it. Japan was not. They had to do something. They retaliated. All the other stories you hear about World War II are lies. Listen to General Patton. You know what General Patton said? Military governor of Germany. He went over there. He ran the place. He took over Germany. He saw the French. He saw the Brits. He saw the Russians. He saw the Jews. And you know what he said? My God, we destroyed the wrong people. We fought the wrong people. Question history. It's bunk. What did they do to General Patton? They killed him. Because he was telling his wife and his friends, saying, hey, look what I'm finding out over here. We made a mistake. There's a reason why we came over here and bombed the hell out of Germany so that no one could see that they were prospering, just like Japan was prospering, and enacted an embargo on them, starve them. We can't prove to the world we live on an abundant planet. Damn it all to hell, some of you people are thicker than a brick. It's for your own good to understand how important this is. We live on an abundant planet. Germany, Japan, Libya, they prove to the world we live on an abundant planet. What do? We go over there and attack them, destroy them. Gaddafi's man-made river. NATO went over there and bombed it. Why'd they bomb it? Because that's what they do. If you read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, that's what you do. You destroy the infrastructure. Vice President, okay, let's go over there and get them. Hey, I got a company over here, we'll build them back up. It's not about the money, man. It's a distraction, divide and conquer. All wars are bankers' wars. That's what Henry Ford found out. It was these international bankers that are printing our money. That's what the wars were about last century. Gaddafi, same thing. Google Gaddafi, what he was doing for that country. People loved him over there. They were flourishing over there, proving to Africa, hey, we're in the desert, but we're going to make it flourish. Can't have that happen on this planet because we got sick assholes out here that rule everything. I'm tired of this. And you guys need to get motivated and keep spreading the word that it's up to us. It's a bottom-up solution. Can't focus on these sick shitheads. That's not the answer. It isn't, oh, look what they're doing, look what they're doing. No. Or look at them, look at them, look at them. It's what are they doing? Let's stop letting them do what they're doing. And let's just change. That's all we got to do. We don't have to go after them and hang them by the balls like they deserve. What we need to do is just take responsibility and realize that we all play a role in either keeping us in the hell we're in right now, where everyone's suffering needlessly, dying prematurely, or getting us out of this hell and back to a place where we don't have all of these problems that are within our control. Most of our problems are within our control. And we're being hoodwinked by the powers that be every time we turn around to go, run to the doctor. And nutritionists, what a joke. Why can't they figure out our ideal diet? We have a species-specific diet. It gets complicated, as I've mentioned in other videos many times, because we don't live in an ideal world anymore. We have another group of needs. I've explained that before. And anytime you don't understand what I'm saying, or if I don't go into detail in anything, always remember to go back to the Ultimate Solution playlist, 11-part video series, and the Ultimate Schematic. I explain all 281 pieces. I'm not going to go into detail on every video when I bring up a subject, so I'm going to be referencing back to that a bunch, I have a feeling, in the future. I'm telling you, my friends, this place has so much potential. We have so much potential. And you know, we're not even coming close. Not even coming close. But man, that could change so fast. I'm not sure what got us down in this hell specifically, except I know the act. I don't know what preceded the act. Preceded the act. 3 stages of knowledge. Actions. You gotta take responsibility. That's what my videos are all about. It's about you being the best that you can be. That's all I want from you. It's not asking much. And I can't believe you don't want the same. And think what would happen if we all felt that way. Think how long it would take to transform this planet. I've fantasized about it. And I'm convinced if we could ever reach that magic number, the 100th monkey, the tipping point, I don't think it'll take more than 10 years where you won't even recognize this planet. My God. You don't think we won't be in a treat for that? I guarantee you we will. Let's shoot for it. All right. Bye-bye.